Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am Skylar James, and today I want to introduce to you a future e-commerce powerhouse. I also want to introduce to you a cannabis company with the highest potential. Whoa, did you hear that? Highest potential for growth going forward. These two companies are one in the same, and the company is Weedmaps. Weedmaps. I bet you can guess what they do. They just completed a reverse merger with the SPAC Silver Spike Acquisition Corp. SSPK is their ticker. You'll want to hear this summary of what Weedmaps does today and the 5 reasons why it's poised for weed-like growth in the future. Buying legal cannabis today is similar to buying liquor in places that still have state-mandated liquor stores. It's an inconvenient experience. Going to a store just to purchase one item. Imagine, for instance, if you could only purchase deodorant at a deodorant store or pasta at a pasta store. I would probably eat less pasta and smell like an old sandwich. Factor in also the commute time for the liquor store and the standing in line and then chatting with the clerk. It could take 30 minutes to get that bottle of whiskey, or that deodorant, or that pasta. Buying legal cannabis is the same time-consuming liquor store experience. Weedmaps will change that. Use the liquor store analogy again. Somebody shopping in the liquor store just grabs a bottle from the shelf, pays, and leaves. In the cannabis dispensary, on the other hand, buyers look at 10, 20, sometimes 100 different varieties of cannabis. The dispensary employee offers advice on each type, what the user effects will be, and many times the raw cannabis has to be then weighed and packaged before the buyer can complete the purchase. All of this takes time. Oh, and most dispensaries are all cash businesses. Not all, but most. So leave yourself extra time to fumble with an ATM. So here's the investment thesis. Just like how Amazon got us hooked on the convenience of e-commerce, I predict Weedmaps will do the same for cannabis. You heard it here first. The Amazon of cannabis. And the first reason why is because the current procedure of buying cannabis in person is slow and inconvenient. Why does Weedmaps make things better? If you've ever used Caviar or DoorDash, Weedmaps feels a lot like that. It displays a list of local cannabis retailers. Customers can browse their menus and read user reviews, then arrange to pick up in-store or have their legally purchased cannabis delivered to their door. Easy peasy. It beats spending 20 to 30 minutes standing around the store to accomplish the same thing. Accepted payment methods do vary based on location and business, but generally you should consider even legal retail cannabis to be cash-only business for now. More on that in a second. Just like Caviar has a competitor in DoorDash, Weedmaps has a competitor in Leafly. Leafly is wholly owned by a private equity firm called Privateer Holdings. They work with Bob Marley's daughter. Leafly and Weedmaps together are the entirety of this space. There's no other companies. At least that's what the canna connoisseurs around me are saying. So reason number 2 that the future of Weedmaps is bright, little competition other than Leafly. And first mover advantage in this space. Let's say tied for first mover advantage. Back to the cash only aspect of legal cannabis. It's just another archaic domino set to fall as cannabis laws change. Right now, big players like Visa and Wells Fargo are keeping their distance from the cannabis space. After all, it's federally illegal. But have you seen headlines for the Safe Banking Act? It's a bill moving through Congress. It doesn't change the federal stance around cannabis as a drug, but it does provide a legal green light to banks. In short, when the bill passes, financial institutions will be permitted to cater to cannabis companies as long as state laws are followed. So the third reason Weedmaps is set to be the Amazon of cannabis, big finance will finally embrace legal cannabis, a necessary step for the e-commerce transition. And add to that, the elephant in the room, cannabis is becoming increasingly legal across the US. All good things for this investment thesis. The fourth reason, consumer momentum is strong in the cannabis space. On one hand, states are reporting a boom in sales, and in the other, states are entering the fray every year. Look at the potential size of Weedmaps' market. Over half of the US doesn't even have a recreational market yet. But they will. During the next few years, it will happen. Sure, medical markets help the success of Weedmaps, but medical is such a small percentage of residents compared to a fully legal designation. So reason number 4, strong consumer momentum and a guaranteed increase in the serviceable available market, otherwise known as SAM. And finally, reason number 5, there is tremendous competition in the cannabis retail space. They're also known as dispensaries. They're more common than churches. At least they are on the West Coast. New ones pop up like microwavable popcorn during a munchie attack. If I owned a dispensary, I would be embracing the first 4 reasons we just highlighted and rush to get my retail business ready for this e-commerce shift. So reason number 5 is tremendous competition among dispensaries who will likely bend over backwards to ride the e-commerce wave. So there's the 5 hard to bet against reasons why Weedmaps will thrive in the coming years. It looks like a great investment story. Let's throw a few bonus reasons on top of those 5. Hot damn, look at those gross margins. Being a software play, Weedmaps has a low overhead and great margins. Next, the company doesn't touch the plant. That keeps investors with moral or legal concerns in the fray as buyers. And lastly, the business is already reporting net profits. We don't have to wait for them to burn through billions in investor cash to prove their business model. Uber? That's 8 reasons to buy Weedmaps. Sometimes just one good reason is all it takes to pull the investment trigger. Let's make a commitment right now. You hit the subscribe and I promise to deliver an investment video, almost like a Weedmaps transaction. Anyway, hit that subscribe. We'll commit right now to diving deep into the financials once Maps is reporting. The SPAC does currently have investor packets out, but honestly, they are way too frou-frou, pie in the sky, projection based. There's not enough hard numbers. So let's link back up once we get an earnings report or 2 and double check our thesis. Do you think cannabis will shift from brick and mortar retail to e-commerce like I do? Let me know down below, and I want to hear all about what obscure cannabis investing plays you found. Well, okay, I've done 2 weed company analyses in a row now. I wonder what's up. Ganja on the brain? No, I don't even smoke weed anymore.